Uganda is one of the youngest and fastest growing countries in the world, with the youth constituting about 75%. Being the pivot of any nation, the youth should be so significant in the socio-economic progress of the country. However, in a developing country like Uganda, the growing youth population poses a big challenge, mainly because of galloping rates of unemployment. To make the youth more impactful towards the development of our nation, different institutions that deal with young people, especially educational institutions, have a big role to play towards nurturing young people.
Because these younger people are the future. And if you want a better future for Uganda, we need to empower the young people. And as institutions in Uganda, we play a special role in the kind of product, in the kind of citizen that Uganda is to have or is having.
Founded in 1998 near Namugongo Martyrs Catholic Shrine, St. Kizito High School, Namugongo, was named after St. Kizito, one of the martyrs of Uganda and the youngest martyr slain by the King Mwanga II of Buganda. This school is one of the institutions under the spotlight for close to a decade.
Along the UNEB curriculum, we are also running a very special kind of curriculum called the holistic and the practical skill education program. This program, we came out with this program in 2013 after we realized that there were gaps that we needed to address. We saw that we needed to blend it with skills so that we can produce learners who we can empower to navigate life challenges.
Privately run day and boarding offering all an A-level curriculum, St. Kizito High School Namugongo designed a program aiming at empowering the youth, the future, to produce more job creators than seekers.
We saw that we needed to do something to ensure that we produce special investors. Actually, we produce the youth and the future Ugandans who can employ themselves, who cannot be moving everywhere looking for jobs. We want to empower them. So the system aims at empowering these people with special skills, especially the skills of the 21st century that can empower them to get involved in finding solutions to life challenges.
Among the 21st century skills available to students are mushroom growing, fish farming, poultry, bakery, soap making, landscaping, ornamental gardening, art and craft, briquette manufacturing, smart agriculture, candle making, among others.
These are the products that we make under soap making. These include the shower gel, liquid soap and shampoo. These are the ingredients that we use when we are making liquid soap. I would like to introduce you these ingredients. There is wungalo, industrial salt, KDS, CMC, color, sulfonic acid, soda ash, urea, perfume, you might call it bubble gum. These are the ingredients that we use to make liquid soap.
So here we are going to start the process of making liquid soap. We are going to get our wungalo. This is called wungalo, and it's the first item that we apply while we are mixing our liquid soap. Each kilogram of wungalo goes with 2 jerrycans of water, but we have applied half a kilogram of wungalo. That means we are going to apply 1 jerrycan of water. We are going to get a separate container first so that we can mix other chemicals in here. So we are going to pour in here some water in a separate container. So this is called CMC, and this is KGS. So these two chemicals, when you combine them in water, they help in thickening the liquid soap so that it's thick. We will measure approximately 10 grams urea. So we are going to add the chemicals together. Called sulfonic acid. It helps all these other chemicals to react very well. So if you need your soap to be yellow or any color, you can apply any color. But for us here, we use the green color. And this flavor of our fume is called bubblegum fume. It's called bubblegum. So we are going to put little. After the mixture and the process, this is the final product. We do pack our liquid soap in such tin cans, and as you see this one, you can properly identify that this is liquid soap, and you can go to any outlet there and say that I need the liquid soap.
This is the briquette making project of St. Kizito High School. Now, the first process we make is we collect our organic waste from all centers of our communities. We get organic waste like the banana fibers, banana leaves, banana peelings, all organic waste. We collect it, that anything that decomposes, we collect it, dry it. After drying, we take it to the carbonizer. We carbonize them, take the carbonized materials, it becomes biochar. When we get our biochar, we take it to the production room, crush it, bind it. After binding it, we put it in our molder. It comes out as a already fine briquette, all combined together. We take it to the dryer. From the dryer, it dries for 3 days. After drying, we take it to the storage room where we pack it. After packing it, we sell it to all our suppliers.
Now, after carbonizing, the char is brought in this place. As you're seeing it, maybe you put it somewhere in the corner there. You first crush them. These machines, they are operated by electricity. This machine is a crushing machine. That's where we put our char. Remember, our char contains some small particles, even large particles. So we crush them to turn them to fine char. This one, it is run by the motor. The motor runs the wheel. We just turn the wheel, we put it on our crusher, because we only have one wheel. After crushing it, maybe you collect the crushed one, the fine char, to this place, where you're going to add the binder. These binders, you may use anything that contains starch. For example, cooked porridge. After binding them, we put in our excluder. This machine, as you're seeing it, it is the excluder. It is also run by the motor. The motor runs this wheel, the wheel runs the screw. It's the screw which binds them from inside. So after binding it from the inside part, just send it to the molder. It sends it to the molder. Where is the molder? It is here. You can remove the molder. This molder is the one which gives the shape to the briquettes. You collect your briquettes as produced, you put on the racks. You carry the racks, you take to the sun dryer, where they're going to take you to the next day.
This is the final stage of briquettes. When briquettes are got from the manufacturing machine, they are brought this side to be dried. Since briquettes do not require direct heat from sunlight, because the sunlight cracks them, we use a solar dryer. It dries them up under all conditions. Even if it's a rainy season, you can still dry up your briquettes. Using the solar dryer, it does not take a lot of time to dry up the briquettes. It requires only 1 week. Your briquettes are already dried up and you're ready to sell them.
So in making mushrooms, the first step is that we soak our cotton husks, which we are going to use sort of like soil. So in the gardens we are going to use soil, but here we shall use cotton husks. So the cotton husks are soaked, they are drained. After that we add rice bran and lime, then we cook it. After cooking, we spoon them. After spawning our gardens, we leave them to incubate for 14 days or rather 2 weeks. After they have incubated, we can hang them, cut slits in them, then water. Then after 4 to 5 days, we have wonderful mushrooms. So the reason as to why we chose mushrooms to be grown is because of its advantages over other crops to be grown. Mushrooms, when you look at mushrooms, the time they take to grow and the time taken by the procedures is very little compared to that of maize or beans. Imagine this one, within 3 weeks we have our first harvest. When you go to maize and beans, we have to wait for 3 good months. We spend little by collecting those materials that have been thrown away by people, such as the cotton husks. Instead of throwing them away, we ask them to give it to us. Because here at Kizito High School, we live on a motto that states that one man's trash is another man's gold. As you can see in those areas where we are collecting plastics, metals and biodegradable materials, we are planning on transforming these things into useful components.
This is a mushroom structure. Now, we have used polythene because when we are using this polythene or plastic bottles, we are conserving our environment. When we are using plastic bottles, we conserve environment in many ways. One, these plastic bottles, when they accumulate, it make aeration of the soil to be very hard. And the microorganism inside the soil is unable to perform its functions in the absence of oxygen. Oxygen must be provided for the microorganism, such as bacteria inside the soil, so that organic matter inside the soil, they are decomposed to release nutrients which can be used by the plant to provide good yields.
Going to take you through how to make a paver. So firstly, we'll start with getting the silt from the trench. Then after getting the silt from the trench, we'll put it on a cleared dry surface so that it dries, and it will dry for around 4 days. After it's done drying, we'll sieve it. After us sieving it, we'll get the cement, 1 bag of 50 kilograms and 3 wheelbarrows of dried silt. We'll mix them uniformly before adding water. Then after that, we'll add water to make it porous. When it's done being made porous, we'll then lay our piece of wood on a flat cleared surface, which has a hole in the middle to place our plate and the mold. So we'll get a spade or a trowel and we'll scoop the porous mixture into our mold, then use a stamp to fully compact the mixture into the mold. Then after fully compacting the mixture into the mold, we'll remove it from the plate of wood together with the plate that was on that wood. Then we'll take it to the drying area, and it will take around 2 to 3 days to dry. And in these 2 to 3 days, we'll have to be watering it so that it becomes harder.
This project is all about arts and crafts. This is pad making, we're making sanitary towels. The way we make these things is we get the sanitary towels which are on market. We get papers we have to cut and frame. We have to frame it so that we make our pads. Then we have to get the absorbents. This is what we call the absorbents. It prevents the fluid from passing. This one is also a fluid absorbent. After all the process, we have to sew it, and this is how it comes out. This is how it comes out. To make it tight, we use the hook and loop. If you don't have the buttons,
For fastening it, we use the hook and loop. This is the hook and this is the loop that we have that makes it tight.
These are the crafts we made here. These are the bags. We use the shoelaces and a hook to make this one. You first make the chain, then you come out with this one. After, you sew it together with this one. Like this cutting is for 10,000. Punching on the threads are for 18. So we make this one, then we sell it at 45. And the bag of beads also first start with small things like this one. We make them to come out with the big one, then we sew it with this one to make a bag.
To enroll this new program, thorough preparations were first made.
To start this program, we carried out research, and even we identified among us, the teachers, we sent some teachers for training. Some even went abroad, and they trained in special kind of skills. Other skills we trained them at the different universities, especially in the University. They got the training, and after they trained, then we started training the pioneers of this program, the students, and then we started on the program, which is aiming at imparting these skills.
One may be curious to know if the upskilling doesn't interfere with UNEB curriculum.
First of all, our school is among the best performing schools in Uganda. Last year, that was the candidates of 2020, our best at O level scored 9 aggregates in 8, and our best student at A level was doing BCM, and he came up with 19 points. So in the field of performance, our school is among the best performing schools in Uganda. Academic knowledge, we are excellent, and also this skill, we are very far.
With different skill base, the students are so optimistic about today and tomorrow as they are already reaping.
After making our products, we do sell them, and our main market are the parents. So on occasions like the visitation day, exhibitions, we do sell out our products to parents, and they give us the money. The other market is the church. We have a church here. It's our neighbor Namugongo, so they also support us. And also the school. Our liquid soap that we make, the school cleans. During the cleaning, they also use our liquid soap.
This soap making has helped me gain skills of starting a business. During, like in holidays, I can start a business of making liquid soap on a small capital, on a small amount of money.
Girls need this, and it's a basic need for them. We can make this, and even some students here come and buy things here because they don't have access of buying the one of markets. That has benefited all of us here at school, and it can also benefit us from outside there. We make profits in this after selling. We make profits after selling all this, and it has also enabled me to get something like in future or even in VAC. I make these things, sell them by nearby friends also. They buy all these sanitary towels.
Right here we have fashion and design, which I'm in. Our market right now, we make them from school, but we take them outside, you sell them, then you get some profits.
The Briquette project has helped me reduce on the wastes at home. For example, banana peelings, they are used in the process of making briquettes, right? And the ash from the briquettes is used as a raw material for agriculture. Since the ash contains calcium, you can use it in your gardens.
With the continuous galloping rate of unemployment in Uganda, St. Kizito Secondary School believes this holistic kind of approach is the way to go.
Today, we have a challenge of youth unemployment. When you look at the products that universities are producing, they are very many. but at least you will see that a big percentage of those people, they take long to get jobs. More so, even those who have been lucky to get jobs, still you'll find out that some always end up complaining that the money is not enough, and that works as a source of demotivation. You're hearing always different professionals striking, demanding for higher raising salaries, teachers, doctors, among others. But we can address those challenges through embarking on this program that for us, we had started on it earlier. And I think if other colleagues in the education sector and other sectors embrace this, we shall be able to address a number of challenges that are in Uganda and world over.